Give them break! Good morning, everybody. How we all doing today? Are we ready for 3 amazing best of 5s? Last chance qualifier. How about 5 best of 3s? I did that last week. Last week, Thursday, I did that. Or 1 best of 15. I'd do a best of 15. Meta Madness best of 15. Once you run out of heroes, you just choose pick per card. Okay, yeah. Best vacation I had growing up. Ooh. I would say it's coming out to Tahoe. There was one year where it was my mom, dad, cousin, some it was like I think we had like 10 people in like a rented like big house. And that was like the most fun because like we would all, we went out to, Mexican dinner and like we had a huge table and stuff. So honestly, it was like when I was like 13, 14 years old, I think, when we came to Tahoe, that was the best. Also that trip, I remember they got pitchers of beer at that Mexican restaurant and my dad just goes, "Oh, I need a glass for my son." And the lady goes, "Is he old enough?" He goes, "I'm giving him a beer." Like it was just, I'm giving my child a beer. Anyways, let's get into it. Nancy, thank you so very much, and good morning, everybody. Let's go into map number 1. Alrighty, everybody, good morning. How we all doing? We are here ready to go into map 1 of our first of 3 best of 5s. On the left-hand side, it's going to be Caldor's Offerings. On the right, it will be Warm Bodies. And as I said, best of 5 series for the Meta Madness style of draft. The heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps. There are bounties that can be attempted. If a team completes a bounty, they get basically a ticket into the bounty prize pool. So if 4 different teams each complete a bounty, they would get 25% of that bounty pool. That is how that breaks down. It's pretty simple. There's obviously more bounties than that have been claimed, and we'll see if any more are going to be happening today. And this is the last chance qualifier. Top 2 teams will be going into the playoffs as we take a look at Sky Temple for map number 1. Yo, bartender, good to see you, bud. Welcome on in. Looking forward to today. Me too. It's going to be a great day of games. I'm looking forward to all the action we have for all of you, and we'll see which 2 teams, as I said, are going to be making it into the playoffs, which will be starting out next weekend. Yes, playoffs will be 20th, 21st, and then 27th, 28th. So 4 days for that one. We're going to get a few bans here for Sky Temple. Deathwing, Arthas on the left-hand side for Caldor's Offerings. Warm Bodies will get rid of the Sergeant Hammer and Thrall. As I'm just going to hit a little snooze on ads just to make sure we get a nice big block of ads out of the way, just in case. I mean, you never know. This map could go long. As we are a first pick Gazlo. Wowee. Lazy Hydra, congratulations on second or whatever. Also, Callie, congratulations on first. Nancy, congratulations on second. Mitch, congratulations on second or whatever. Callie, thank you for the Bandit Redemptions. Crush, congratulations on last. If I missed you in chat, I apologize, but good morning, everybody, as we get a Chen Brightwing for Warm Bodies. Good mobility with Chen, with Flying Kick and Wandering Keg. You've also got your Hyper Shift from Brightwing, or sorry, the Phase Shift from Brightwing.
Guide my path.
Stitches and Karazim. Okay. Any clamp givers? Apparently, we got some clampers on the side of Kaldor's offerings. What's up, Freaky? Y'all are just in time for map number 1.
Yes!
What?
Yes!
Morning Baha, Bandit and chat.
Yo, Bear, thank you for the Prime Gaming for 21 months. Thank you so very much for the out-the-gate support. And Freaky,
Yes!
congratulations on your 85 watch streak. Man, thank you all so very much. Medivh was banned, by the way, by Warm Bodies just before we had that massive resub from Bear. Thank you again, my friend. Almost 2 years. Almost getting up there. Tyrael to be banned away. Don't want to deal with his mobility as well as the possibility of like Swift Retribution for speed and or attack speed. Also, Judgment's a good way of maybe locking down Stitches, or at least stalling Stitches from hook gorging and running away with the target.
Let's fly!
I'm assuming Karazim will be going into like Cleansing Dash or Cleansing Touch with like Blinding Speed and stuff, so that way Stitches can get a faster disengage away with the Hook Gorge. But right now, I mean, it's triple global on the side of Warm Bodies as we pick up a Deckard Cain and a Nazebo. Not what I was expecting at all for these last 2 picks, but that is what Kaldor's offerings will be grabbing. And last pick on the right side with the Chen, Brightwing, Dahaka, Falstead. Do you go into another global, basically, with Abathur? What do they want to do here? They technically need a main tank. They could go ETC if they wanted to go for another global.
I must feed.
It's going to be Mal'Ganis instead. Well... saving my prime for... Oh, that's seriously, that's very generous of you. Thank you so very much for saving your prime for us. That means a lot. That's an interesting draft. Let's go ahead and get on into it and get your predictions in, everybody. But really quickly, as Nancy redeemed Best Vacation, I was trying to think of like something from the vacation that I can tell. So the Mexican restaurant we used to go to called Chevy's, we went there 3 nights of the 8 we were up here, and every night it was someone's birthday. It wasn't, but we claimed it was someone's birthday. So when we were flying out, 3 different people in our group were wearing the giant sombrero they give you from Chevy's. I still actually have one. I think it's the sombrero we wear when people redeem the big hat. But either way, yeah, the 3rd night they were like suspect to it, but they were like, I don't get paid enough for this. Left-hand side of the map is going to be the members of Kaldor's offerings with Smokey on the Gazlo. Celine is your Karazim. Risk on the Nazebo. Mixon for the Deckard. Heiko on the Stitches. And let's see what we have here for Warm Bodies, as we have BRB soaking on Chen. Devs is your Brightwing. Elite Sparkle Mal'Ganis. Cascon Dahaka. And Vetted Sun Falstead. No one freeing Harrison Jones from Tomb of the Spider Queen. He is stuck down there being dissected by the Web Weavers. As we get into map number 1 of our first best of 5 of the day. Iron Fist Karazim, you've got those Widowmakers Nazebo. Hook goes out from Stitches trying to find somebody, but Elite Sparkle is not there. Sapphire Deckard Cain, and that'll be your Hungry for More, or sorry, Patchwork Creation on Stitches. Freshest ingredients for your Chen, though. Pretty standard build still. Not a lot of people leading into that accumulating flame level 1, but we do see it here and there. But speaking of newer talents, Elite Sparkle will be picking up that Will of Chakandras for the Mal'Ganis, as that hook from Heiko almost hits Elite Sparkle. Enhanced Agility Dahaka. Falstead is your frequent flyer for the auto tech build, and Greater Polymorph for the Brightwing. We'll see if she goes with Dream Shot for that synergy. And last but not least, we didn't mention it, the Gazlo will be picking up the Rocket Boots level 1. Gazlo, by the way, is going to be a bounty hero. Falstead can be a bounty if that is a Hinterland's Blast level 10. As there are some bounties for specific heroes, some bounties for heroes with specific talents. So we could be seeing a bounty attempted from both sides. We'll see what our level 10 looks like on the right side, at least, as we do have Siege Giants from both sides to be grabbed. often those are going to just be traded in lane. I don't think they're going to find much siege value. Kerosene trying to finish out this last siege giant. Bruiser camp at the top right of the map being picked up by warm bodies. And here's Nazebo, and Stitches will continue to soak up mid lane. Nazebo trying to make sure he gets his mark onto the entire wave so he continues to build up that baseline Voodoo Ritual stacks. And it looks like we got odds on the gamble if you want to get some more in. That'd be awesome, but either way, at least there's something for the payout on either side. A few punches from Kerosene landing onto the Bright Wing. Since Mal'Ganis is going to step up for a few more Fellclaw hits, up to 4 stacks. At the 20 mark, you're going to be able to get the 0.5 second increase on the final slash stun, which is going to make it a 1.5 second stun. And then you get a 4% lifesteal on that final slash as well. So increased stun duration. You're also building up the damage. The damage is a 0.25 per stack, but these stacks are whole damage stacks. So technically, right now we're looking at math is hard this early. I'm sorry. You're going to be looking at 16 stacks effectively, or 4 damage. I had a small panic. I was like, oh god, my math. Level 4s will be coming through on both sides. The biggest thing for Nazebo to mention is going to be that the Voodoo Ritual, or the Big Voodoo. Increasing health and mana bonuses by 100% from your baseline Voodoo Ritual. We do have Falstad getting some decent damage on the fort at top lane. First objective could be the entire fort taken down if Falstad is able to control, or maybe Mal'Ganis is able to control this entire objective temple. Kerosene dashing into mid lane, a few punches onto BRB soaking. This is going to be Mal'Ganis with a few Fellclaws back in top lane. Smoky trying to back away the hook onto Mixon, pulls the ally to safety, and no kill onto Smoky, but Chen's going to be holding mid lane. BRB soaking, threatened a little bit by Celine. And it looks like a standard Chen build with the freshest ingredients, level 1, with that flying leap or the deadly strike. The flying kick. Eiko's going to be on this point. Contested enemies are going to neutralize the shot, so nothing being fired out right now. And so there is a decent amount of damage onto this Gazlowe. Falstad will not be able to take them down. As Chen continues to hold mid lane, Nazebo still in bottom. It's 4v3 in top lane. Pretty decent defense from Kaldor's offerings as a Scroll of Sealing Sapphire or Roderick Cube zone a couple enemies back. Tempo shots are going out. Good hook onto Falstad. Heiko unable to get further damage onto Vetted Sun. Taking a peek into mid lane, Chen has these final shots going out. The fort will not fall, but it's going to be down to about, look at that, down to about 10% or so. As Chen is going to engage on the old man, Decker Kane will be taken down. First blood to the side of warm bodies. Instead, Bear rolls in, looking for Smoky for the second kill, and will be able to get it as well. And now Heiko on an island, polymorphed, and Falstad with the triple. Temple shots of top lane will not finish out the fort. Going to be a little bit below 50%. And we will have our next temple phase. Going to be singular in the bottom of the map as it is scripted. We're going to go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers as we are sure to see some damage, healing experience between these two teams, and obviously see where most of this experience deficit's forming. Obviously, heroic kills are going to be a factor, but I think it's mostly going to be minions. I think Dahaka was doing a really good job of split soaking during the objective phase. Zevo was picking up a bit of experience as well here and there, and also some stacks, but I do believe Cascon was playing that really well on the macro side, while the allies traded blows. And let's take a look here. Minions is a 3,000 deficit. You can see it on that third line from the top. And Minions often is the big factor, especially in the early game when you see a big experience deficit. Heroic kills, unless the heroic kills are like massive. Like if we had 10 heroic kills, sure. 10 takedowns, warm bodies definitely would have that level E, but minion experience early game is extremely punitive, and I think this is a great example of it, as Mixon is going to be pushed to the side by a Wandering Keg of Chen, and then taken down by the Nexus Forces. That is going to be a fourth kill to the right-hand side. It is a Gust Falstad, no Hinterland's Bounty. Isolation, Carrion Swarm, Wandering Keg, and Blink Heal. As the bottom lane wave is pushed onto the fort gate, and this is going to be a bottom objective, as I mentioned, which will have priority shots into the bottom lane structures. So trying to weaken the fort gate so you can maybe take down the entire structure, then maybe get the remaining shots to take down mid-fort, which is even further taken down. Looks like Gazlo was able to defend it just a few moments ago from the incoming wave, but it is not 10 talent tier yet on the left-hand side of Kaldor's offerings, and I feel like they're going to have to give this objective. Meanwhile, Cascon on this Dahaka is going to be burrowing to avoid the stun of the Explodium charge. Does have that Lurker Strain level 4 if it was needed for a little bonk on to Gazlo if he was trying to step up. And this is going to be Chen on to the point. We do have Stay a While and Listen, Gravo Bomb, Gargantuan. I'm assuming it's a 7-sided and a Gorge Stitches. 7-sided. We will see actually Putrid Bile for the Stitches. Okay. BRB soaking on this point. Does have Wandering Keg if things get a little sketchy. Trying to keep a paw on the point. Flying kick through Risk, and Wandering Keg is going to be popped onto the Stitches, who's going to activate the Putrid Bile to back away. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Brightwing, Dahaka, Falstead, all pushing this wave onto the fort to try and take that down, while bottom lane tempo shots are going to be controlled by the Karazim, firing into the bottom lane fort gate. Top fort goes down. Chen might just literally eat tower shots, and he's going to pop a Elusive Brawler, light the structure on fire, use a Flying Kick. The burning damage won't be enough. He's going to need one more Flying Kick or Breath of Fire. Meanwhile, though, Falstead Brightwing, excuse me, still just pushing onto the top lane keep. Keep gate. We do have Chen finishing up that mid lane fort. And next objective phase has not been previewed on the map, as the remaining shots were picked up by Kaldor's offerings. Falstead takes flight to mid lane. Looks like we're going to be going for a boss, actually. Phase shift from Brightwing down into this boss pit as well. 2-level lead, talent tier advantage. Stitches gonna slam, checks the bush. I don't know if that slam actually hit Elite Sparkle. I felt like their health bar did not move just now. The boss will be grabbed, no contest over that. I mean, Wandering Keg and Gust are available. No way they're gonna be trying to step up for that one. As, what are we looking at here? Another Night Rush out from Mal'Ganis, but he's not gonna have a sleep onto the target. Siege Giants plus boss for the bottom lane for it. That will easily take that down. Flying kick in from Chen. No Wandering Keg activation. Future Pile from the Stitches is active. BRB soaking with beautiful body blocking. Now is going to pop the Wandering Keg. Stitches hugging the edge of this lane so that the retreat tower will get some shots onto the Stitches. Or sorry, shots onto the Chen. Brightwing with a really quick blink heal to avoid that hook as well. Bottom lane fort's taken down. Boss at 50% about. Siege Giant's still pretty healthy. Next objective is going to be top and bottom locations as Cascon makes the rotation out from top lane. Are they going to try and collapse on a Smokey? A hook onto Falstead, but as I mentioned, it's Putrid Bile, and so no Gorge to be displacing Falstead over the wall.
The light of the sun grows within the temple. Soon they shall pass in time.
All right. Mid keep gate loses a little bit. Map number 1 controlled by Warm Bodies thus far. Stay a While and Listen will go out from Deckard Kane. There's a Night Rush from Mal'Ganis, though. Gravo Bomb pulls Falstead in. The Explodium Charge has a small stun. Carrion Swarm does get the activation. Gust away as that Carrion Swarm will be focused onto this Karazim, but Celine will not be taken down as the Wandering Kick from Chen is going to be activated. Falstead Hammerang flying out. 122 stacks for them as they are nearing that second milestone for the additional 50 damage to make it 70 auto attack damage increase. And of course 195 at the 300 mark. We'll see if we get there, because right now we got double temple phase firing into top and bottom keeps. And yes, that is actually onto the keep for top lane. Bottom lane is just now working through the remainder of the gate. Chen does not have Wandering Keg available. He's going to drink up some brew. BRB soaking is looking to just continue to drink brew, eat some damage from the enemies. Guardian Gust is going to push Stitches to the side. Meanwhile, I'm watching bottom lane on the minimap, and Falstead looks like they're advancing through the lane. BRB soaking will get a phase shift from Brightwing, caught inside the zombie wall. The 7-sided strike. Here comes Cascon with the Rush Talk as well from Dahaka. The elongated tongue level 16 will not get a pull. Gravo Bomb activated by the Gazlo with the Explodium Charge as well, and they do take down the Dahaka. First kill for the left-hand side as a hook lands on BRB soaking. Mal'Ganis will pop out of the bush with this Night Rush, and this is Falstad taking down bottom lane keep. Is Falstad just pushing to the core? It looks like Falstad is just going to try and split and take down the enemy core while BRB soaking Elite Sparkle and Debs deny the enemies the backs. The blind is bad from Mal'Ganis is active, and it's going to get a few stunts here and there. Brightwing blinks to the side to avoid any more damage from Stitches. Might tap well. Falstad has broken through the shielding of the core. The Facia from Brightwing back into Chen. Mal'Ganis with a few more Fell Claws. Smokey trying to get the recall. 67% remains on the core. The Mal'Ganis carry and swarm will not interrupt. Gazlowe and Falstad has been stalled on this core dive, but honestly, you're getting so much value, and now Mixon, extremely split from the allies, is unable to back away from that flying panda. And a 5th kill to the right-hand side. Make it a 6th with Chen's double kill. And Elite Sparkles, blind as a bat, Fell Claws. 143 stacks, by the way, for the Nazebo. Pretty good pacing for that baseline stacks, with the remaining shots will get this keep down. It's already below 50%. We're going to look at, I'd say, 25-ish percent. Ish is heavy on the ish there. Boss, by the way, you can see on your screen, 1 minute 8 seconds away. Right side Siege Camp, same number. We do have Bruiser Camp of top lane grabbed by the Dahaka. Risk continues to just try and build up baseline stacks. 175 is what you need for that level 20. Getting to level 20 is kind of the hard part right now on Sky Temple, as the enemy team has a 3-level lead over you. Talent to your advantage still. Ancient Blessings activated to try and take down this Chen. He's caught inside the zombie wall. The stay while and listen, but Wandering Keg does get an activation. And this is Brightwing. Mal'Ganis backing away. A couple punches from Karazim land onto Mal'Ganis, but the rest is going to be focused on the wave. Ceiling going out once again. Zebo starting this camp. Looks like it's going to be leashed really quickly. Keg Smash goes down onto the Stitches. Good hammering out onto him as well. Polymorph from Brightwing. Did, as I mentioned, went into that greater Polymorph level 1, but the rest of the build has been pretty standard. Level 13 is going to be that Pixie boost, which increases the Pixie Dust movement speed bonus to 50%, decaying to 20% over 3 seconds. Next objective is going to be singular in the bottom of the map, but it will be shots into mid-keep gate, as you still have structures available. And then, of course, once mid is taken down, then top will be the priority. Then we start getting shots into the core. But I don't think that's really plausible with the current setup of shots and structure health. If maybe there was some massive siege into mid lane, maybe you could see mid and top keep taken down. Mixon will be able to activate Ancient Blessing before they're taken down by the Falstad. There is going to be a boss slam that stuns Elite Sparkle while they have these Fell Claws active with the, Blind as Bat active. I can't believe Elite Sparkle got the carry and swarm activation, but they will be taken down. Stitch is picked off as well. Smokey being chased by the Chen. Little ring around the Rosie on the right-hand side. As Smokey is gonna try it. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to back away. There was a kill also onto the Nazebo, as Karazim, the last defender, is trying to back away. And it looks like Warm Bodies are trying to find a victory on map number 1, and it does seem very doable. Death timers are not the longest, but it still is 10 to 25 seconds for 3 enemies with a Deckard Karazim defending. You got some core shots, a decent damage on Defended Sun. Stay while and listen, gusted away. A small stall. We have Stitches back. He might pop Bile. Holy damage. That's going to be a rapid decrease on that health bar of the core. And I think with Siege Giants, Chen on core, even with the Brightwing falling, it is going to be a map number 1 over to the side of Warm Bodies. They played that very well, controlled, and they will have a 1-score lead in this best of 5 series. All right, we got to get some ads out of the way. We got to pay out the gamble and get ready for map number 2. We already see the map pick. We're going to go ahead and get the lobby ready to go. All right, we do have a sponsor segment later on today. We'll do it between the second best of 5 and the third best of 5. We'll do between those. Excuse me. Sorry, throat dried out. There's a lobby link I see. Thank you, BRB, for that. Alrighty. Scores are updated. Let's write up the prediction and get ready for Braxis. I'm excited for Braxis. We don't get Braxis very often, so always happy to see that map or this map pop up. But either way, happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. It's been a really fun week of streams. We had a lot of really fun variety. We've been playing through Kingdom Hearts. We did some hot stuff. We had the Minecraft sponsor stream, which was really, really good for us as well. We got a sponsor stream for that Realm of Ink next week. Looking forward to that one. The gameplay looks pretty interesting on that. So I already have the copy of the game. I already have it downloaded, ready to go. So that's exciting. We'll do that on like I think Thursday of next week. I think was where I was looking. It might be Tuesday. We'll see. But yeah, happy Sunday, everybody. Hopefully it's been an enjoyable day. Sorry, they're asking, did you guys like the special bounty? And I'm like, it's an all bald meme. And they're like, what do you mean meme? All right. There we have it all ready to go. We have the lobby ready. We have 10 players. Oh, good times. BRB Soaking's like, is everyone ready? BRB wants to get through the games and like half the lobby is literally just memeing. I don't know why it's so funny to me, but it's the amount of readies and question marks that BRB just threw out is too funny to me. I'm assuming now that the ready button's out, I can just go ahead and just push this button. It's almost like I understand this game so well that I'd be like one of the best options for Blizzard to hire for BlizzCon 2026 for Heroes of the Storm Classic Cup casting and any other future endeavors they have with Heroes of the Storm. You know, it's like I understand this game so very well. It's like I've been here the whole time. Braxis is going to be your map number 2 of this Best of 5 series, and the left-hand side is going to be Keldor's Offerings down in this Best of 5 series, as the right side of Warm Bodies will be victorious on that Sky Temple map. Braxis is going to be a game number 2, and we're going to go ahead and see what we have for picks and bans as we get rid of Genji. This is some serious business time at the Meme Cup. So Genji will be removed. No high mobility. I mean, Genji on this map is just really strong. You have quick mobility through the boss pit from top to bottom with your Swift Strike and your Cyber Agility. You also have the Deflect, I guess you could call it utility, not cheese. You have the Deflect utility, so you can basically have the Archangel use that Annihilation multiple shot in that line, and then you basically hit Deflect and it deflects it back to the Archangel, the boss, and that just shreds through the health pool. So that's one of the reasons we're seeing Genji ban. Genji's also in a really good spot overall, so I don't blame them on that. Sylvanas is another smart removal. Her siege is really good. I'd really like to see, for Braxis Holda, I'm a big believer in Stukov and Gul'dan. I think Stukov and Gul'dan are so strong on this map. For control point control, you also have really good wave clear with Gul'dan. This is a map where you can see the Phoenix utility using Planet Cracker into the Zerg wave. I'm not crazy about it. Burning an entire 100-second heroic, burning through about, I believe it gets you like 50 to 75% of the wave cleared out. What's up, Cam? Good to see you today. So you can utilize that. I'm a bigger fan of Gul'dan. I think his wave clear is really good for this map. He's Fell Flame. Pursuit of Flame, getting the 33% area increase is really good to be able to poke at the objective area, clear out waves potentially. So we'll see what teams lean into. And Stukov, as I was mentioning, is really good for the point control. You throw down that lurking arm and kind of force people out. ETC is often seen here. Nubrak is really strong. Meridian's got some great play. Mei is actually pretty strong on this map as well. You're going to see Gul'dan and Ariel, which is great together as well. You have a nice battery, as we like to call it, for Ariel to generate a lot of hope for her, or a lot of energy for her bestow hope, her heal.
The light of victory above all.
He must really want this job. I do really want that job. I do really want to get hired by Blizzard for BlizzCon 2026. Uther Stukov. Okay, so if a third healer is picked up, triple healer composition is a bounty. We could see like Vala 3 healers and then a solo lane. You could also run it as like a 2-3. You could run like solo lane, heal, and then Vala, Uther, Stukov in like bottom lane together. Sergeant Hammer will be banned away. I like that ban. I think that's really, really strong. Another hero that I really do like to see prioritized in this map, Rexxar. Misha's got so much good control. Yrel is really strong if we're talking about solo lanes. Artanis has got some great play as well with the Phase Prism swap. Suppression Pulse is also great for the dragged out team fights that get around objective points and possibly to deny siege as well. There's the Yrel for that Righteous Hammer I was talking about to push people off the point. Mr. Bandit, are your paws tasty today? Let's not chew on those paws too much, mister. Garrosh, more control on this point as well. Do like that quite a bit. It's a phenomenal draft coming out from Warm Bodies. I think they've got such a stellar start to their draft, and they can whatever they want to put in that last slot. They could go into Thrall if they wanted. They could go into a Zarya. They could pick up Medivh. They could pick up sustained damage dealer, or yeah, they could really flex onto whatever they want. There's the third healer, and what's our solo lane? Will it be Rexxar? We'll go Leoric. Decent sustain. I was actually kind of thinking, like, now that I'm looking at this, I kind of wish it was Deathwing. I feel like Deathwing would have been pretty... well, Yrel does have... Well, it's later on at level 16, but I was going to say Templar's Verdict later on. There's the Zarya to round things out, so it is going to be a hyper-carry Gul'dan, but I really love the draft of Warm Bodies a ton here, so... Alrighty, let's go ahead and get on into it. Map number 2, Braxis Holdout. Get your predictions in. Leoric is pretty good into Garrosh. Unfortunately, Leoric and Garrosh will not be seeing each other a ton, I believe. You'll have Leoric into Yrel for a good chunk of the game. Yeah, you're going to get some team fights for sure, but unfortunately, I don't think Leoric's going to have sustained pressure onto Garrosh. We'll see. We'll see what all ends up happening here on map number 2, Braxis Holdout. We're about to begin. On the left-hand side, it's going to be the members of Kaldor's Offerings with your Mixin Ando and Smoky Leoric, a Heiko Uther, Selena's your Stukov, and Risk Vala. It looks like, actually... Is it going to be... So it is... Wait, hold on. Where's Leoric going? Is it actually going to be solo lane Uther? Because if Leoric's in the 4-man, then heck yeah, Freaky, absolutely. On the right side, we are going to be having BRB soaking with Yrel, Cascon Zarya, Vetted Sun Gul'dan, Dev Zarya, and Leet Sparkle on the Garrosh. It is! Alright, good call. I honestly thought it was going to be main tank Uther in the 4-man. Uther in the top lane up against a Yrel Zarya. That's going to be a bit rough, I'm not going to lie. Even-Ended Blessing, Low Blow, Creed of the Hunter, Pursuit of Flame for Gul'dan, as we were talking about that 33% area increase after 30 stacks completed. Hammer the Lightbringer for Uther, that's going to be your Searing Light for Ariel. Dauntless, that is a Together We're Strong. Yep, Together We're Strong for the Zarya, and Warbreaker Garrosh. Leoric is not taking a level 1 yet. So he's going to go into Oisin's Renewal for a little bit more sustainability, and it looks like Heiko is basically being ignored. Actually is going to be pushed back by the Righteous Hammer, Avenging Wrath, and that is going to be first blood over to the side of Warm Bodies. Mind Star going out from Anduin. Garrosh steps up and throws Mixon to the side. Groundbreaker coming out onto Leoric. As we are first objective available, and this is going to be top lane Fort Gate opened up. And here's the big thing to mention: Warm Bodies, if they win the objective, or if they get the channel on this, they will have Zergwave in top lane in their favor. Big slow onto BRB Soaking, with the weighted pustule being detonated and being stuck inside that slow lurking arm. Sorry for the damage. So BRB Soaking on this point and trying to get Zergwave. Gul'dan's done. Wow. A minute 35 for Pursuit of Flame Gul'dan. So he's got that 32% area increase now. And he's just going to be donating Fell Flame after Fell Flame into the enemy. Zarya in the top lane, trying to back away from that lurking arm. And it looks like BRB Soaking's a little bit low as well. Righteous Hammer is going to push Uther to the side. The weighted pustule lands onto the Zarya. There is going to be some Zerg channel over to Kaldor's Offerings, but Warm Bodies will be able to regain control of this. Righteous Hammer charged up, bonking onto the Stukov. Charge will go over to the side of Warm Bodies now. And as I mentioned, red Zerg in the top lane. You can see one of the best Zerg units popping out. Banelings. Risk getting chunked, able to vault to the side, avoiding fatal damage, but so low here. And keep in mind, his Creed the Hunter Vala, and does not want to lose any, does not want to die because, you know, you don't want to lose that 5% on your bonus attack speed, currently 25%. Sub Ninja. Yeah, I saw the Bandit Redemption. I'm pretty aware. Good to see you all today. He only has eyes for traders. Ah, fair. Alright, top lane Zerg Wave is going to be pushing in. Bottom lane really quickly, if you want to see, it's just going to be this little itty-bitty Ultras that does have a bio drop right there. Here comes the Avenging Wrath in from BRB Soaking. Righteous Hammer pushes. Fala and Friends to the side. Smokey getting a little bit low. The drain applied, but Smokey did have to back away as Zerg Wave does take down this top lane fort. Zarya with a few particle grenades going out, and it looks like the fort is the only thing to be taken down, but it is about a level lead in favor of Warm Bodies as our Twitch gamble closes out in just a few moments here. And as a reminder, Zerg Waves do swap every single time, so the next Zerg Wave for Warm Bodies will be bottom lane. Top lane would be Kaldor's Offerings. Lead Sparkle stepping up for the Groundbreaker. No connection onto Heiko. Currently 7 of the 15 stacks for Warbreaker. Does have that first milestone for the cooldown. So it's, yeah, it's, no, it's damage over time. Sorry, cooldown's at 15. My bad. Paralyzing Rage from Leoric. He's going to be increasing that skeletal swing to 60%. Oh, yeah. Wait, we're going to have Holy Fire for Uther. Okay. Usually you see Pursuit of Justice at level 4 with the Hammer of the Lightbringer, but okay, Holy Fire it is. This is, though, going to be bottom lane fort taken down. Gul'dan has consistent Fell Flames coming out. And the next Zerg beacons will be announced really, really soon. It's a very low cooldown, one of the lowest in Here's a Storm for objective facings for when the Zerg wave ends to the next beacon contested phase. Just about similar, if I'm not mistaken, to Dragonshire. Dragonshire, another very low cooldown when it comes to your objective downtime. That's going to be a Righteous Hammer from Urel, mixed and thrown into this engagement. Some healing pathogens are going to be popped with the bio kill switch. Avenging Wrath Avenging Wrath going in. Looking for that Righteous Hammer displacement. This Ariel Sacred Sweep will be clearing out the minion wave. Gul'dan, Fell Flame still firing in. Garrosh maybe looking to step up. Avenging Wrath. Heat Gate has been opened up.
Of the month again.
Oh.
Also 63 kill streak.
Rob Dog, thank you so very much for the tier 3. We'll resend that alert in a moment here. Thank you so very much for that. I thought the alert machine was working today, apparently not. But the beacons are going to be available here in 10 seconds. Archangel is up. Archangel will prioritize the more well-defended lanes, so if Archangel's grabbed, it would be going into top lane. It does operate on the Battlefield of Eternity rules. It does, once in a blue moon, it does go to the wrong lane, but I asked a Heroes dev about it a long time ago, and they were like, I don't know, dude, sorry. It's supposed to operate the way you say it does, but I don't know why it did that. Groundbreaker goes out from Garrosh as they do set up the kill into this Uther. Fell Flames continue to fire out as well. As we are looking at your Zerg wave being channeled, Leorc and top putting up against BRB soaking. BRB low gets the Divine Steed out. Leorc is going to Wraith Walk out, and he does neutralize the top beacon, but we already have Zarya back on that. She'll regain control of this channel, and it looks like this is going to be a Zerg wave to bottom lane to push in.
Emergency! Scores of Zerg are inbound on our base. Exterminate them immediately!
Zerg wave possibly crashing into this keep, taking it down and going into core. Garrosh steps up with the Indomitable and the Speed Barrier from the Zarya. The Horrified from Gul'dan is going to be activated. The Warlord's Challenge. The Expulsion Zone is also going to be out. And this is BRB soaking deep into the enemy line. Vala tries to vault away. The Righteous Aimer from Yrel does push back Heiko and a few others. Gul'dan sustained damage is pretty good. Damage onto the keep is really strong right now. As Garrosh Warbreaker's been completed, we do have a Lurking Arm underneath Vetted Sun. That'll lead Sparkle, but this is looking like the Zerg wave is going to be approaching the core. 3 Guardians are still here, 50% on the Zerg wave. Core damage is coming through. Zarya has to step away from the Lurking Arm of Stukov. Does have that growing infestation, so can't indefinitely channel it. And the Zerg wave, the Guardians, they are not on core yet. Indomitable from Garrosh as he gets the Speed Barrier to back away. 68% remains. As the Lurking Arm down from Stukov, Yrel steps in once again. Core defense is firing out a few missiles. Expulsion Zone again from the Zarya, trying to push people to the side. As this is an Avenging Wrath in from Yrel. The Orc Wraith walks to the side. Beam coming out from Zarya as well. Chastise. It looks like this is Warm Bodies trying to end map number 2. It ain't gonna be the fastest map in the tournament. Fastest map, I believe, at 7:24, if I remember correctly. But this is going to be still a map number 2. Pretty quick over to the side of Warm Bodies. GG, well played. Tier 3 sub.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Oh my fucking god, fucking
Tier 3 sub.
holy shit, what the fuck?
It's that time of the month again. Also 63 kill streak.
Where's my button? Where is it?
Ultra kill.
There you go. How about that? Thank you again, Rob Dog, for the tier 3 for 63 months. Bunch of lovely resubs today. Thank you all so very much for the support and generosity to the channel. We're gonna pay out the gamble. We'll get ready for map number 3 and see if this is going to be a 3-0 in favor of Warm Bodies. Looks like Battlefield will be the next map. All right, Battlefield is ready to go, and let's see if this is the last map of the series. What is our next series looking like? We have We'll Just Respawn versus Warm Bodies, and then We'll Just Respawn versus Kaldor's Offerings as the third best of 5 of the day. Alrighty, so everything is set up on my end. That all looks good. Ads are getting out of here. Choo-choo. And start prediction for Battlefield of Eternity. Should I be worried? No? It's like a figurative thing. No, Alrighty. Mr. Bandit, would you like to clean your chompers? You want to clean those chompy bits? Chompy foods. Bandit got 2 dinners last night. The boy. So typically during D&D we break. There's like a mid-session break, and I always give him his dinner during that time. And I have a habit of putting the cup that I portion out the food with on the top of the bin, so I remember I fed him dinner. Last night we finished D&D, and my neighbors were outside, so I went outside to say hi to them really quickly before I went to bed, because there's another dog that Banny can go run around with. So we go outside, we chat for like 10-15 minutes, we come back inside, and I'm like finishing up stuff, like getting ready for bed, all that, and Bandit's like pacing around his dish, and I'm like, oh my god, did I not feed you dinner? Like he gave me big puppy eyes and everything, and I was like vehemently I was convinced. And then literally as I was putting the food in the bowl, I go, oh wait, no, I remember I fed you already. So I was like, all right, you know what? You did it. Good job, bud. You got 2 dinners. You got 2 dinners. Why not? So yeah. You know, he's a little trickster, and I love it. Welcome back, everybody, into our first Best of 5 of the day. The members of Caldor's Offerings on the left-hand side down in this series, as we do have Warm Bodies looking for the 3-0 in their first Best of 5 of the day. Warm Bodies will be continuing in the next Best of 5 up against We'll Just Respawn, and that could be coming up after this Battlefield of Eternity map. Excuse me, sorry. I drank tea too quickly. So Battlefield of Eternity will be map number 3, map chosen by Warm Bodies. First pick going to the losing side as they opted in for that. We'll see what kind of bans we get here for Battlefield. Any early priorities on the Li Ming? Do we get another Genji ban? Genji Li Ming, double reset on this map is a very common play. Hanzo, of course, another very popular hero with his scatter. Raynor does see play on this map. It's just he's not super popular. Exterminator level 1 is really strong, but oftentimes we see other things prioritized over the Raynor, like Hanzo, like the Li Ming, Greymane as well. Artanis does see some play here as well, so we'll see if the High Lord of Dalam is going to be picked up here. I think I have that title right. What about third dinner? Yeah, no. But he didn't get sick or anything, so like that's okay. It's alright, you know, I don't mind spoiling Bandit here and there. He deserves it. Also, I mean, he is a little bit, I'm sure the vet would say that he could easily gain a couple more pounds, but, I see Murky, I send a screenshot to Lard. These are the rules. He might be watching while he's baking. Or he might be at the farmer's market, I'm not sure. Alrighty, so we have a first pick Murky for the members of Caldor's Offerings. I'm not upset about it. Hanzo, Li Ming were banned out by them. Blaze and Thrall banned away by Warm Bodies. We get a Lucio in the house with a Sonya as well, with her Marvel-inspired skin. What is Caldor's Offerings gonna do? Is it like full shenanigans, or is it just do they just want the Murky? Alright, we're gonna get a Rhaegar. Rhaegar with what, though? I honestly don't hate the idea of just a main tank right here. Rhaegar Muradin here is not bad whatsoever. Muradin can get some, Rhaegar's totem is a good way to get slows, and Muradin can then continue building stacks. It is going to be an Imperious, which I could see in the 4-man or in the solo lane. I thought this was a no spoil the good boy kind of stream. No. Well, we tried not to feed him too many treats close together so that way he doesn't get sick, but we always spoil the good boy. Diablo will be banned away. Okay. It does look like a divey composition with the Imperious and Rhaegar, so I could definitely see Diablo. I also, as I said, I really like the Muradin for Battlefield. I think a Nubrak could also be a solid pickup as well. Sylvanas is going to be banned away by Caldor's Offerings, so just getting rid of the Banshee Queen, her siege, sustained damage, and more. There's the Raynor, and I like the Arthas pickup, because if this is a dive-heavy composition, Arthas is a really good debuff into that, with movement speed and attack speed debuff with his Frozen Tempest. Mr. Good Boy, you getting comfy? Yeah, good job. Thank you again, Cam, for the teeth cleaning redemption. as we got that done while we were getting ready for this map number 3. Last 2 picks on the left-hand side. We'll see if they go into the dive that I'm thinking, or if they're going to pivot and...
It's about time.
Okay. Interesting. Main tank Imperius, I guess. Zagara solo lane. Maybe Murky solo lane? Murky into Sonya feels like a bad time. Not gonna lie. I kind of wish Murky's in the 4-man and Zagara's in the solo lane up against Sonya.
Finally.
Oh boy, that's an Alarak. Scary composition coming out from Warm Bodies. Get your gambles in, and let's get into map number 3. Oh my god, it's 6:51 right now. It hasn't even been an hour, and we're in map 3. That's kinda wild. Sorry. Caldor's offerings as weird opinions about tanks. I'll say this. I think Caldor's offerings, they're playing to have fun. I think that's really the big thing right now. I think they understand that the opponent that they're up against is a little bit stronger than them, and I think they're honestly playing for fun. That's my personal opinion. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but that's where I'd be leaning personally. Especially if I was a player right now, I'd be like, let's just have a good time, everybody. If we can take a map off them, awesome. If we can get some kills, awesome. But yeah. I don't think they're putting massive pressure on themselves, which I think is smart. Caldor's offerings in the blue with the Mixin Zagara, Celine, Imperius, Heiko, Rhaegar, Risk, Tychus, and Smoky Murky. Warm Bodies on the right side with Elite Sparkle Arthas, Vetted Sun Raynor, Debs, Lucio, Cascon, Alarak, and BRB soaking in the Sonya. Because I have casted Caldor's offerings in Heroes Lounge. I believe this is the team, but I think it's a different name. And they're a solid team in their division, but I definitely think that there's a bit of a skill difference here. I don't think that's rude to say. I mean, we're at map 3, and I think it's kind of evident in what we've seen so far. Fun in a MOBA? How dare they? That's true, Nika. Good point. Yeah, you're right. There was that. Alarak is done with extended lightning already. 37 seconds, chat. That literally floored me. But you are right. Yeah, the Murky proxying waves. Unfortunately, I don't think that's doable here because that was Garden of Terror when that was being done, and there was a larger distance between the keep gate and the retreat tower. There's no real actual... Murky can't proxy here because the retreat tower would be... He'd have to literally pull the wave up into this corner every single time. But right now it is going to be Imperius up against the Sonya. Main tank Murky in bottom lane. As the Banelings go out from Zagara. I can't actually believe that Extended Lightning's already done. It's wild. Murky going into Fishy Deal, which is bold. I honestly didn't think he was going to be getting many of those stacks. We'll see. Maybe he's just going to prioritize waves during objective phasing. It is going to be, by the way, your dash for the Tychus, Colossal Totem, Burn the Impure, and Zagara with the Infested drop for Corpse Feeders. Sonya with the Furious Blow for her Seismic Slam. The Extended Lightning, as I've already been mentioning a couple times, has been completed, so Alarak has all the damage bonuses, slow as well, range, and has Cisatus in back. Excuse me, it's just range and slow. Apologies, no damage on that one. I was confusing it with the other level 1. Arthas is going to be going to your Frost Presence. There's the Exterminator for the Raynor we talked about in draft, and the Accelerando for Lucio, as level 4s are looking pretty expected. Negatively charged for the Alarak, often synergized with this Extended Lightning. You do have a little off the wall for Lucio as well for his Sound Wave. Murky to be taken down by the Arthas and bottom. Imperius picked off in top lane as Devs and friends are going to just burn through this fort gate. Rhaegar, Tychus, and Zagara will make the rotation into this top lane to try and defend. Tychus minigun is active, chunking onto the health bars a little bit. He does have bigger they are. Level 4, Murky going into his slime time. Imperius continues to go into trait with his Battle Hunger, increase the healing from Valor's Ram by 80%. As more slams from Sonya come through, the Impaler camp is still there. And keep in mind, with the Exterminator level 1 for the Rainer, the Inspire does not expire on minions or mercenaries. So you can see that little blue pulsing around the Impaler camp that is not going to go away until they die. Nice utility from the Rainer as Murky in bottom lane is continuing to push with the Fallen Shaman. Unfortunately, the tower shots will take that down. And the little pufferfish just now is not going to be able to clear out the minion wave. Murky taken down by Arthas in the bottom lane. Sonya continues to slam, jam, and work on this fort, man. Inspired minion wave will assist in this takedown. Rhaegar, I don't think is going to be able to have the clear in time. Sonya's seismic slams are helping out now. Here's the thing, it's 4v1. BRB Soken's going to try and spin away as the Celestial Charge does land, and we get into the shift of our objective. Murky continues to soak out bottom. Currently on 49 stacks, actually 54 stacks of the baseline. 200 stacks needed for Murky to not have his basic abilities. Have reduced damage onto structures. At 400 stacks, he gets his big Kahuna Tuna, the 50% health increase. With no respawn debuff, if memory serves correct. His big Kahuna Tuna did have a respawn penalty, if you will. And I don't believe you have that anymore. Slams onto Celine. There's going to be a Celestial Charge going into the enemies. There will be a takedown onto the Imperius, as the objective will be also won by Warm Bodies. The Howling Blast onto Riz. That is going to be a takedown onto your Tychus, as Eiko is going to be tasted by the Lucio. And it is going to be a quadra kill with the Immortal heading to bottom lane. 50% shielding. As Alarak is going to start working on this wave. Murky throws out his pufferfish. That will not get any wave clear or value. Smokey might get taken down. And keep in mind, that is going to be sadism for Alarak. He did permanently reduce the sadism at level 7 with that applied force, as Murky will be able to respawn before his egg is taken down. Oh my god, actually, that was like frame perfect respawn. I did not think Murky, I thought Murky had already popped out, but no, he was, oh wow, wow. Bottom fort has been taken down. Sonya picks off the Imperius in top. As this is a little bile drop stack for Zagara from her level 7, actually into the Rainer there. And Belith in bottom lane has worked on Keep Gate, not taking it down. Looks like Lucio will activate Reverse Amp, and another kill onto Murky. Alarak is getting close to max sadism currently. He is 6 sadism away, or 2 kills. You might be like, Bahamut, what do you mean? That's 120. Yes, because the permanent level 7. 120 is his current max sadism. We'll see what he takes at level 13. I feel like this could honestly be a Rite of Rakshir game to see how far they can get the stackage up to, because Rite of Rakshir is uncapped. B steps! We're getting B steps after a Sonya takedown. What was that, a 5-member rotation to take down Sonya, and we're B-stepping? I see. Banshee for the Rainer's Raider will be picked up by him. We do have your Syndragosa high 5 counter-strike, and that'll be a Sonya Wrath of the Berserker, as a Syndragosa has been summoned for this bottom lane keep. Murky Egg has been placed by the center gate, so there's a little bit of defense, actually triple tower defense effectively. Syndragosa locking down structures for 20 seconds as Murky is going to be taken down. And this is a structure takedown, and they will not advance towards core. Oh, I'm completely memeing about it. I hope that is I hope my tone did convey that. If it didn't, I do apologize. But no, I was completely being sarcastic with that.
There is no escaping my justice.
If you're losing 45-0 and you just get a touchdown, you B-step them, yeah. What's up, Deke? Good to see you. Alrighty, either way, we do have a little Bloodlust Rhaegar. Devouring Maw will connect onto 3 enemies. The Baneling's coming through as well. Celestial Charge activated. A counter-strike from Alarak, and that is going to be Imperius taken down. Lucio chasing onto Zagara and this Rhaegar. As we do have Mixon trying to back away. Won't be able to get away from the enemies, and that is Alarak with multiple kills here. And there's no further sadism to be gained, so this is just going to be 120 still. The Immortal will be heading into top lane, and it looks like Siege is already being assisted. Or, sorry, the Fallen Shaman is going to be assisted. It is Rider Rockshear! It is an uncapped, this is uncapped. So hitting a marked hero with Discord Strike increases sadism by 3%. Killing the marked hero with sadism increases sadism by 5%. 5% lowers the cooldown of Rider Rockshear to 10 seconds. Let's see. Okay, so the mark was on Tychus just now, because there was a 5 sadism increase. 10 seconds is just about done, so they can mark onto Murky or something. And, yep, that is a mark onto Murky because the Discord Strike just produced another 3 sadism. Octo grab onto Alarak. He's going to get a high five from Lucio. The counter strike from Alarak coming through, and that will be a Murky takedown. Alarak so very low. Cascon with 200 health is going to try and take down the Imperius, and Raynor will be able to assist in that kill. Smokey, the Murky, has respawned, and Sonya, Wrath Berserker active. Tychus Odin has been also summoned for this defense. Rhaegar is picked up by the Raynor. The core shielding is dropped. The HP is falling. Alarak is going to have their sadism dropped down, but they actually got that credit for the kill. So that is going to be still 5 sadism. My gosh. Either way, a speed run of our first best of 5 of the day. Warm Bodies will take it in a 3-0. GG. Well played. You good? Okay, okay. I didn't want it to come across like I was being, like I was annoyed by it or anything like that. I thought it was just silly. It's early. I'm still warming up the brain. But see, Blizzard, I mean, look at this commitment. Look at this commitment. Waking up at 3:45 to cast the best MOBA ever made. Alrighty, let's go ahead and pay out the gamble. It is going to be Warm Bodies with the map number 3. There's that. And let's get everything set up. So I believe Warm Bodies are on the exact same side. Let me take a look at the bracket here. Yes. So we're going to be having Will Just Respawn on the left side. So that, and they should look scaled. They are looking pretty good. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just that. Push the ads button. And the lobby will get made in just a moment here. And then after this best of 5, we're going to be doing our sponsor segment. Yeah, the first best of 5 is already over. Literally an hour. Like, an hour on the dot. It's actually wild. Map 1, Kaldor's offerings. At the end of map 1, as we were getting set up. Wait. As we were getting the second map set up, one of the players, I think it was Smokey, literally said, "Oh man, that was our longest map in this tournament," when it was like 14 minutes Sky Temple. You're doing Yor in the big one's teeth? Oh, brushing. I need to get Bandit a little toothbrush, I think. I need to get him a little toothbrush as well and start brushing his teeth. He's got some plaque buildup on the back of his teeth that the dental treats don't quite get. All right. Let's see what we get for map number 1. Everything's available, no bans. We'll see what the priority is going to be. Good stuff, though. I gotta say, those fajitas yesterday, they slapped. As I said, I did put a little too much oregano in the mix, but honestly, it was really good and kind of cost-effective. The skirt steak was not that expensive. I want to say, for the 3/4 of a pound, I want to say I spent $12, which I don't think is too bad, really. Is this the first map of the day? This is the second best of 5 of the day. The first best of 5 is already over, Tom Mad. It was Baja Speed. Best of 5, though. Best of 5. But yeah, the first best of 5 was literally an hour. 3 maps in 1 hour. Yo, what's up, Cascon? So here's the thing. Do I try and run the sponsorship right now? Honestly, I think right now might be... So I'm gonna ask the players straight up if how long they think it's gonna be, so we can maybe just run the sponsor thing right now. Yeah, we don't do math here. We don't do math here. We don't like our math here. All right, I'm getting a response, and then I'll see. I don't think I can dual stream for sponsorships. Oh, okay. All right, we'll do it after the series. We'll do it after the series then. Because they said everyone's in voice or party, but not both. Okay, so that's pretty much everyone's just about there. Alrighty, Infernal Shrines. Infernal Shrines will be our map number 1. Let me get a whisper to BRB Soaking, because I think they are making all the lobbies, and I can just join off them super easy and fast. Start prediction, Infernal Shrines. We'll be having, this is going to be Warm Bodies on the left side, on the right side, and we'll just respawn left, if I'm not mistaken. Unless the tournament website is different than the, join off of bartender. Alright, that all looks good. Alrighty. So, yes, after this Best of 5 series, we're going to be running our sponsor stream. The sponsor stream is for that new movie, Furious. So basically, we just have to read the blurb, show you all the trailer, and then we just have the active skin on the channel. So, we'll do that after this Best of 5, though. Unless we just miss some of the lobby draft and we literally just run it and then jump into draft, but I don't think so. Yeah, we're already having players saying that they're ready. Alright, we got everyone in the lobby. Ads are done, lobby is ready, readies are being requested. We're ready to rock and roll into our next Best of 5. Alrighty, everybody, good stuff. Love it when there's like low downtime between series, because then I can just keep rolling on casting. So that way like my pacing doesn't change. Welcome back, everybody. We are here ready to go into our second Best of 5 of the day. We're already in the second Best of 5. We had our first one. It was a bit of a speed run, if you will. Warm Bodies did take that pretty pretty quickly as we get into second best of 5 of the day for the last chance qualifier. 2 teams will be making it out of the last chance qualifier. 1 team will be having that'll be the end of their tournament run, and the playoffs will be beginning next weekend, the 20th, 21st, 27th, and 28th. We have technically 5 days, including today, of this tournament left, and let's go ahead and jump into Infernal Shrines. As most of you all know, we are going to be having the Meta Madness style of draft. The heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps in the series. No tournament baseline bans. You do have bounties as well, and those bounties are pick and play a hero and win with it to get a bounty ticket. For the sake of it all, if 4 teams each complete a bounty, they each get 25% of that bounty pool. Obviously, more bounties have been completed, but that's the easy way to do the math and explain it. We'll point out bounties as they do pop up. You can use the exclamation bracket in the Twitch command, or you can follow for the YouTube VOD. There'll be a link in the About section to the Liquipedia, which will also have all the bounty information as well. But either way, thank you all for being here. If you're watching on Twitch, I appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks so very much. Like and subscribe, all the good stuff. Help us grow the YouTube channels, and let's get into Infernal Shrines. Bans, as I mentioned, don't carry over, so Hogger could be played in map 2 if he's not banned. But a first pick Hanzo for Warm Bodies, pretty solid, honestly. Easy hero, gives you wave clear at level 4 with Explosive Arrow. Might be a simple geometry build, which does pop up here and there on this map. Piercing Arrow level 16 also is pretty strong, but it's probably going to be, target practice, Explosive Arrow, Piercing Arrow for the double explosion. Leoric, oh! What happened? One of our players DC'd. Oh, okay. The DC happened before a DC happened. So we'll get the player back into the lobby, and then we'll get going back into our draft for this map number 1. I'm going to go ahead and jump us back into the duo screen just for the time being, and we'll get back into this lobby in just a moment. That is going to affect the Twitch gamble, by the way. That is going to affect the Twitch gamble, so just heads up on that one. The gamble will probably be closing closer to the end of the draft rather than early in the game. So keep that in mind for the Twitch gamble on this one if you want to put some early bets in based off of the Hanzo, Leoric, and was it Gul'dan? Was that the other hero that I heard? I'm not sure. I thought I heard Rexar, but anyways, it was some grumbly man. We'll just get our last player back in here, though. It looks like Lizzie Ryan had a small DC, and we'll figure out what that's going to be. All right. Rollin'. Lyrical Genius Fred Durst. I read recently that there's like actors and people who have specific like contract stuff when it comes to like their IP. For example, The Rock. The Rock has it in his contract that he can never lose or look weak to an opponent. It's legitimately a thing. There was a couple others that I was reading, but the one that actually I did not know about, apparently, if any Limp Bizkit song is used in, like, animation or, like, anime or anything like that, they have to put Fred Durst in it. It's legit. This is legit a thing. This is legit, like, I was reading about this. Apparently, Fred Durst has, like, some sort of, like, contract clause that if Limp Bizkit music is used in something animated, he has to be animated into it. That's wild to me. But there's a few others. There was a couple other actors and actresses who have, like, clauses like that. I think there was one for, like, Legally Blonde or something like that as well. Okay, looks like the communication is the player is coming back. Okay, we got the player in. We are ready to rock and roll into lobby. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for your patience. As I said, the Twitch gamble is going to be offset a little bit, so you might not be able to get you might not be able to see the first few moments of the map. You might have to gamble at the tail end of this draft, as we're still actually pending on the player, which I don't like seeing. The player is on... Oh, they're available. No, that means that they're in-game. Okay, I was going to say, is the lobby bugged? Okay, we're in. We're ready to go, everybody. Alright, the ready's out from BRB. And back in. Alrighty, thank you all for your for the patience in the small little DC we just had. As I keep saying, we only have 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the gamble, so keep that in mind for this draft. Just means it's time to blind gamble. It does. That absolutely means that, Ninja. Yes, indeed. So we're going to get through our bans again. Bans will be the same as we just saw. So we'll be seeing the Johanna Hager ban, as well as the Blaze and Thrall to be removed. So here's your Hager ban. And then first pick onto the Hanzo. Into a Leoric and what? I thought it was Gul'dan. I personally love Gul'dan for Infernal Shrines. Gul'dan for Infernal Shrines is really, really strong. Oh, it was Muradin. I said it was some grumbly lad. But either way, we have Kaboom Laddie as we get a Leoric Muradin. Alright, not too bad of a setup. Entomb value, Stormbolt, mobility. You have slows from Leoric that Muradin can play off for its Hammer Time baseline. Gonna get a Yrel and Brightwing, so we get the global in that Brightwing phase shift. Yrel will be your solo laner. Mid-ban phase, do we consider Shamata Bro ban? Genji Hanzo is not too bad. It would be a little bit on the lower side for wave clear, but as I mentioned, you do have that explosive air level 4, which won't be a problem. Unless there's maybe a tank they don't want to deal with, like Garrosh. Yeah, they're gonna get rid of the Diablo here. Team Rough and Gruff. Yeah, I like that. Healer? Yeah, I think like an Anduin ban would not be too bad here. Anduin would be pretty solid. Muradin has mobility with Dwarf Toss. Leoric, Wraithwalk can be a light bomb target. Could see also like a Deckard or an Ana ban to not allow the healing debuff with either Bida Grenade or Emerald level 7. But with the Anduin ban, which I was kind of anticipating, I do like the idea of a Deckard or a Ana, but it will be white main Probius. Probius is a bounty. Probius is a bounty, and last pick with the Tracer. Gonna need a main tank. What do you want? I honestly feel like Garrosh should be perfect here. Garrosh or a Nubarak, I think, would be really solid. I could see either of them.
I must feed.
We're gonna go Mal'Ganis, which I'm not opposed to either. I think the Mal'Ganis team fight is really strong around the objective areas. You do also have blind as a bat value if we get to level 16, because these games have, I gotta be honest, not been going super long today, as we're in our second best of 5 already. Last pick with the Probius. I wanted to see... Cassia wouldn't be too bad to have, like, a blind. Ball Lightning could be pretty strong. Convection Kael'thas, right? Convection Kael'thas? Man can dream. Alright, get your gambles in. You literally have, like, 30 seconds right now, because there is a delay on stream. What's up, Moodier? Good to see you, bud. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. Thank you all for joining me for Heroes of the Storm, the best MOBA ever made. And hey, Blizzard, if you happen to be lurking around, my email address is really easy to find. It's just below in the About section. Or you can find it on Twitter. Or you could just, you know, I could tell you right now, it's bahamutplaysgames@gmail.com. Any day now, Blizzard. TikTok. BlizzCon's like 3 months away. I got all my headshots ready to go for you. Here we go. Alrighty, thank you all for joining me, though. Happy Sunday. Hopefully you're enjoying the games, and let's get into map number 1 of our second of 3 best of 5s. Final best of 5 of the day is going to be We'll Just Respawn versus Keldor's Offerings, after this one, obviously. And let's go ahead and see what we got going on for map number 1. We'll just respawn in the blue with Bartender Leoric, Zap on the Probius. Carnaf is your Kael'thas, Lizzie Ryan Whitemane, and Sub 7 Evan is going to be your Muradin. Right side, we're taking a look at Warm Bodies. This is going to be your BRB Soaking Yrel, Vetted Sun, Hanzo, Debs, Brightwing, Cascon Tracer, and Elite Sparkle on the Mal'Ganis. Tracer rounds level 1 for the Tracer. You got your Greater Polymorph, Simple Geometry for the Hanzo, Pulse Echo for your Probius, Oasin's Renewal, Pity the Frail, Dwarf Block for the Muradin. Nobody use the Easter egg on this map as you left-click that sword. Doesn't matter what side of the map you're on. You can always left-click it. Will of Dracondras for the Mal'Ganis as expected. Kael'thas mistook their level 1 and went into Mana Addict, as well as Dauntless Urel. Some Fell Claws firing out here and there. Hanzo with a few auto attacks into the enemy. A Flame Strike from Kael'thas going out there. Righteous Hammer from Urel. This is going to be a very low Cascon trying to back away from the Stormbolt of Sub-7. Kael'thas will be taking down the Face Shift from Brightwing. Is going to come through, and Sub-7 cannot get that last auto attack in to take down Cascon, who is currently using the best mount in the game. Tracer blinks forward, Avenging Wrath up from Urel, trying to get that little bit of slam slow and such onto Leorc, but it was a little early. Oh, I miss good old Genji. Alright, where are we looking for our first objective? Frozen Punisher in the bottom of the map. One of the strongest as Kael'thas Gravity Lapse goes out into the bush. Elite Sparkle is able to back away some Fell Claws, utilizing the last swipe onto the wave. At 20 stacks or 20 additional damage, it is going to be a 0.5 increase on the final slash stun, so making a 1.5 second, and a 4% lifesteal with that as well. Necrotic Embrace activation, as we do have Mal'Ganis able to back away from those tower shots. Hanzo's going to start working on a bottom lane camp. Simple Geometry on 2 stacks. Currently, Kael'thas with 3 for his Mana Addict, and Muradin with 7. Muradin gets 1 stack when auto-attacking a slowed or rooted target, and he gets 2 stacks for auto-attacking a stunned target. Yeah, he's trying to get those last Fell Claw hits onto Muradin, but he Dwarf tosses in. Cascon's actually rotating in, Elite Sparkle a little bit low. Phase Shift from Brightwing will be coming through, and this is going to be the camp picked up by the members of We'll Just Respawn. Nicely done. Explosive Arrow level 4 would be the pickup, though, for the Hanzo. The Orc is going to go into your Neil Peasants. Increase damage to mercenaries and monsters. Gravity Labs missing under Elite Sparkle, so very close to catch Mal'Ganis' hoof. As Tracer continues to soak things up in top lane. And the objective announcement at 2:30 is going to be popping up right about now. And we'll be seeing our contested phase. Now, is there any priority for Fallen Shaman? Neither team has gone for them or is really rotating into it. Kael'thas a little Flame Strike onto the Fort Gate. Vetted Sun to recall full. We have Urel soaking top lane up against this Leoric. Muradin Tracer in mid lane. Cascon is gonna double back into the minion wave once Muradin does show. Brightwing Hanzo, they're gonna ignore the camp. Okay, yeah. I saw Brightwing heading over there, but I think there's just a call to just go for objective, which I don't think is bad at all. Sonic Arrow to the side to get a bit of vision in the bush. Elite Sparkle's gonna Night Rush out. There's no bounty, Tomad. No bounty for the side of Warm Bodies in this map number 1. Muradin Dwarf Toss, though, will be able to Goomba and take down the Tracer. It's a minute amount of damage. Muradin, though, will be taken down by Hanzo, as we do have 5 to 11 in defenders. And you can see, the Dwarf Toss with a 43 overkill. Night Rush from Mal'Ganis. Avenging Wrath in as well. There's going to be a Polymorph onto Lizzie Ryan, but Whitemane will be able to back off just fine. Flame Strikes from Kael'thas, 18 to 20 in defenders. This is your Urel a little bit low, gonna try and chase on a Karnaf, who throws down a Flame Strike. Lizzie Ryan hit with a Righteous Hammer, Face Shift from Brightwing into BRB soaking. Debs will help with that health bar, so the Orc is gonna activate a Drain Hope and try and back away. Tracer sustained damage will be the 3rd kill for Warm Bodies. As this is Frozen Punisher to bottom lane for the red side squad. Auto level lead is formed as well from, I would assume, the heroic kills. Take a look here really quickly. Minion experience actually is down by almost 3,000. Sonic Arrow over the wall. Punisher no longer jumps over the wall. Changed from... God, it's got to be, what, like 6 months at this point? Getting close to it, at least. Scatter's going out. We have Elite Sparkle trying to flank with the Fell Claws into a Night Rush. Punisher should have a jump in a second. Pulse Bomb will take down the Whitemane as Punisher is cleared away. Next Punisher, sub 8 minutes in-game time. Speaking of sub 7, so low. Tracer has to recall, almost taking down Kael'thas and Muradin. And we'll see where the preview for the next objective is momentarily on the mini-map, as it's 30 seconds after the objective is taken down. Do we get the mini-map preview? 3 minutes to the contested phase. What do we have? Where are we going? Mid lane, Arcane. All right, we'll have 10 talents here up at that point. Hopefully for both sides. As I said, sub 8 minutes, so we still have a little bit of time to try and get those. Get the experience bar pushed up a bit more. Dragon's Arrow, Sticky Bomb, Carrion Swarm, Blink Heal, as well as your Ardent Defender. Arrow's going to go wide of the enemies. The Avenging Wrath onto this Probius. Tracer's going to step up, blink forward, and as the melee to take them down, a Righteous Hammer from Yrel is going to mess up that Pulse Bomb activation, but it doesn't matter. They still get the kill into Whitemane. Muradin will be the next to go down. A triple kill picked up by Warm Bodies as they take down this bottom lane fort, pivot into mid lane to defend up against the wave. Kael'thas is pushed up. Leoric does have some damage on the fort gated top lane, but this is going to be passive experience gain, structure experience gain, and periodic catapult pressure in bottom lane in favor of Warm Bodies. My biggest thing is I wish that we would just get, like, some dev notes in some of the patches that we're getting, just to be like, even if it just said, we're changing the Punisher jump purely because we want to see how it changes meta. That'd be great. I'd love to see something like that. Just any at all information or insight as to the changes would be really cool, because I think having that perspective is just great for a MOBA, especially in patch notes. I know it's a little bit more work, but I think it's something that a lot of people would appreciate. Pylon Overcharge, Pyroblast, Entomb, as well as your Scarlet Aegis and Avatar Muradin. But we're gonna have the objective trigger here just about now. There you go. Yo, Lard! Congratulations on your 30 watch streak as the Pulse Bomb goes in from Tracer onto Kael'thas. He'll be taking down the Pylon Overcharge. Will also be activated by the Probius sub 7. Trying to back away with Avatar active. The Stormbolt missing under Elite Sparkle. The Velclaws coming out. Getting up to 11 stacks on that damage. But this is going to be the second objective available with 13 talents here. Just about here for Warm Bodies. What's up, Kaladin? Good to see you, bud. So top lane wave will be defended as the Fallen Shaman is pushing up a little bit here. 7 kill difference. And Yrel is going to be finishing out this objective as Mal'Ganis is going to anchor in the bush. We have Right Wing and Hanzo pushing up the wave a little bit. Sustained damage out from Tracer into Leoric. Osin's Renewal active. Gravity Labs Flame Strike land on the Cascon. The Stormbolt landing into Vetted Sun, the Entomb. Big soothing miss from Devs with the critical miss level 7 as well. Scarlet Aegis from Whitemane activated. Vetted Sun is going to get Pyroblast applied to them. And the reason they ran in was because the Pixie Dust from Brightwing, Dragon's Arrow lands, splashes onto a couple enemies. The Punisher is here. We do have a Righteous Hammer from Yrel. Bartender's so very low. That's going to be a Carrion Swarm from the Mal'Ganis. They take down the Leoric first. Punisher jumps over onto the Muradin. A very low Kael'thas looks to back away, but Mal'Ganis is going to be able to take them down. Pylon Overcharge from that Probius is triggered, getting shots onto many enemies. Elite Sparkle's low, minus 40 armor as well, but is not going to fall to the Pylon Overcharge. The Punisher jumps over onto Probius, who will then have a Pulse Bomb applied and then taken down. 11-1 in kills, a 2-level lead, a talent tier advantage, and this is Warm Bodies pushing in to Keep Gate through Keep Gate. Punisher jumps over the Muradin. Intercession from the Whitemane. His Avatar utilized once again. Polymorph onto Whitemane. She gets taken down by an auto attack of Hanzo. Natural agility over this keep. The Punisher so very low. The minion wave is here. The Pulse Bomb lands on the Kael'thas. The Righteous Hammer is going to be there as well, as we do have a Living Bomb applied to BRB Soaking, who activates Ardent Defender. This is going to be Keep a little bit low. Quite a bit low. Taken down completely, as the experience gap continues to grow further and further in favor of Warm Bodies. Now a 3-level difference. Nearly a 2 talent tier deficit. And it is such a good map number 1 for Warm Bodies. They came in steaming hot into this map number 1 of the second best of 5 of the day in our 3 series that we have available. Mortar Punisher for the top lane, and I believe that'll be 12.5 minutes in, maybe a little bit earlier than that. We should have the announcement late 11 minutes, early 12 minutes in-game time. Sonic Arrow off of this. scatter arrow off the fort of top lane. A thin minion wave is pushing up still. Unfortunately, Yrel and Hanzo need to back away. Hanzo still working on that wave, has that explosive arrow. 16 of the 20 stacks in simple geometry. Polymorph on a Muradin as he tried to get the dwarf toss in. Stormbolt hitting a minion, unfortunately. Unable to get that stun to maybe build up more baseline stacks. The Dragon's Arrow lands on a Whitemane in the backline. There's going to be a Fell Claw activation with Blind as a bat, level 16. Elite Sparkle doesn't have a target. They're kind of moving the wrong way. As they get vision back, they go, oh, the fight was north of me, not south of me, as this is Karnaf trying to get away from Brightwing. The scatters, the Fell Claws will take them down, as Probius is still alive in bottom lane. No Finland yet today, but this is going to be a top lane fort, possibly taken down with the incoming minion wave.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
We're bringing back Medallion because, yeah, we want to. Alright, this is going to be Keep Gate opened up, as I mentioned. Mortar Punisher for the top lane. This could be a push to win, as Fallen Shaman just respawns on the right side of your screen. Entomb goes fishing. No Prime Gaming inside that Entomb. Night Rush out from Mal'Ganis. Polymorph as well as a Arcane Flare landing on a Bartender. Alright. Punisher announcement should be like really soon. Bottom lane, Keep Gate taking significant damage. Sea Blizzard! Sea Blizzard! Any day now they'll send that email, I'm sure of it. No, Nib, there was not a tournament yesterday. That's why I was doing the cooking stream. Since there was only 3 teams in the last chance qualifier, it basically works out to 1 day of play. So, no games yesterday, which worked out. As I said, we did the cooking stream, and then, but next weekend, we'll have Saturday and Sunday. The playoffs will be 4 days. Should be the 20th, 21st, 27th, and 28th. Should be all of our playoff days. And we'll have 6 teams for that. The 2 top teams from the last chance qualifier today will be making it into that. The 3rd team that obviously scores the lowest in this round robin of the last chance qualifier will be knocked out of Murky Cup 2026. You have, though, Night Rush coming out from against the Scarlet Aegis from Whitemane to give some armor and healing to the allies. The Dragon's Arrow interrupting the Clemency onto the allies. That's Lizzie Ryan a little bit low. Vetted Sun trying to get the chase. Auto attack will not be enough as the healing is coming through. Vetted Sun chasing a little deep, but Tracer's also stepping up. The gravity lapse as you hear Kael'thas brag about it, landing into your Mal'Ganis.
Red team has summoned a Mortar Punisher.
Mortar Punisher moves in through top lane. Whitemane unable to get that recall. A little bit low on mana and health here, as that is Tracer stepping up and getting the takedown. Kael'thas next to go down. Blind as a bat from Mal'Ganis, trying to find another stun. Punisher jumps onto the Leorc, but he had the Wraithwalk active as Muradin falls to Hanzo just below our talent bar as the scatter goes out. Punisher is still working on the remainder of the Keep Gate, as this is going to be the rest of the team tanking tower shots and working on this keep. This is looking like the members of Warm Bodies are going to be able to push in and take map number 1 of our 2nd of 3 best of 5s today. Punisher still at 77% health. Fell Claws from Mal'Ganis. The Pulse Bomb lands and takes down Probius. Leorc is the last defender currently. I don't know, will they get the Finland in this one? I don't think so. Whitemane's going to respawn. Bartender makes it back into the Hall of Storms, and this is going to be the call for core. GG, well played. Map number 1 of this 2nd best of 5 goes over to the side of Warm Bodies in a dominant 21-1 kill game. Who on the side of Warm Bodies fed? We gotta see. Who do we have to report? Tracer. Cascon has to be reported, everybody. Tracer feeding. Oh yeah, they got 10 kills, 10 assists, but you know what? They didn't have 100% kill participation, like Brightwing or Hanzo. Yeah. Anyways, memes aside, there's some talents if you want to see them. Let's go ahead and run some ads. Get ready for map number 2 of this best of 5 series. And don't forget, Prime Gaming, all that good stuff. If you'd like to help us hit our sub goal for the July Chef Baja, we're going to be making croquettes inspired by Krankle. Krankle was talking about the Netherlands version, and I was like, man, that'd be kind of fun to make. So yeah, we'll make croquettes in the month of July. I thought that'd be fun to do. Jail life sentence. Ah, dang it. Dang it, Cascon. Who's going to play in your place if you're in jail for life? Choose outcome. Warm Bodies did win that map.
Good reminder.
Ah, thank you so very much. Look at that. You'll love it when a fish... we're eating good tonight. Thank you so very much, Coviers, for the Prime Gaming for 13 months. Very lucky. Thank you so very much for the delicious fish. All right, lobby is up, and we will wait for things to catch up on the stream side, and then we will go ahead and roll out those ads. So we're going to be heading into Dragonshire. He goes to EU jail. Isn't Cascon notably English? Like, isn't oh, I don't see them. Oh, they're subbing in today. I think in the past, I want to say Cascon has an English flag next to their name. I know Vetted Sun does. Devs, it just has the United Kingdom. But yeah. Let's see. Maybe if I do like Cascon Pots, maybe they'll... Oh, the Liquipedia. English British player who last played for Oxygen Esports. Yep. Yep. How I remember these things, I don't know. How I remember all this stuff, I really could not tell you. Yeah, UK for sure. UK for sure. By the way, as a reminder, after this Best of 5, we're going to be getting into our sponsor stream, which is going to be... It's one of those movie things, so literally you guys have to watch a trailer, click on the interactable on the channel skin, but we're not going to be moving away from Heroes of Storm or anything like that. So you guys have to watch a trailer. There'll be a movie, there'll be a skin on the channel. There's like a button to interact with that, which honestly is kickbacks for us. By literally clicking a button, going to a website, you literally give money to Bandit Nice. So... I know a lot of people meme like who are subbed. There's a couple tier 3 subs who literally go, "Where are my ads? Here's your moment for your ads." But yeah, we'll be doing that after this Best of 5, getting into the next one.
Dragonshire.
You remember his accent from In-Houses? That makes sense. That makes sense. Also, Cascon's just a great dude. Really, really chill guy from my understanding. On the left-hand side, we got We'll Just Respawn. Right side is going to be Warm Bodies. And We'll Just Respawn have opted in for map pick priority, giving first pick over the side of Warm Bodies. It's like it's your job. It is almost like this is my job, and I'd be one of the best candidates for Blizzard to hire for Heroes of the Storm casting at BlizzCon 2026. Imagine hiring someone who knows the game in and out, and literally this is their livelihood. Oh, man. All right. Blaze will be banned. We have a Sonya ban as well. We'll get rid of the 2 solo lanes. Thrall to be continually banned by Warm Bodies. They don't want to deal with the Chieftain. And what We'll Just Respawn get rid of here? As a reminder, it is the Meta Madness style of draft, so the 10 heroes we saw on map number 1 cannot be played against. No Probius, no Hanzo, none of that. What do we get for first pick, though, on the side of Warm Bodies? Chen. Chen, a very common pickup for BRB Soaking, and a lot of teams, realistically, but very happy about the Chen priority. We'll Just Respawn. What would they grab? Do they want an early solo lane into the Chen? Is there anything, like, do they want to go for, like, an early Imperious or, like, Diva, Rexar? I'm just trying to think of, like, heroes who have a baseline stun.
For the alliance above
because Chen wants to sit there and drink brew, so if you have anything that can just stun him out of that is really, really good, really good punishment. Obviously, no Yrel, because she's played in map number 1. Johanna and Anduin. All right, we got a Warcraft-ish draft, as the Johanna was using the Orc skin. Li Ming, whoa! Li Ming, poke, burst, reset potential. Are they going to consider an Ana for healing? Nah, they'll go Lucio. Lucio to be grabbed, so a lot of mobility on the side of Warm Bodies. A lot of really good mobility with the Li Ming Blink. Lucio, obviously his movement speed buffed to allies within his range. You also have his push-off and all that good stuff, as Chen also does have this flying kick. And the Wandering Keg probably at level 10. Genji to be banned, no double reset composition for Warm Bodies, but I feel like they could go into like a Grey main, honestly. Like Grey main, Lucio, Chen, and then maybe a dive-heavy tank, possibly like Diablo could be pretty good. There is a Blind in Johanna, you got the Iron Skin, you got Chastise, so maybe you don't want Diablo, but I could see that aggression from Warm Bodies. Even a Nubrak I think could be pretty good too.
I stand ready.
Botosis Gaming or Botasteless Gaming? That was good. That was really good, Crush. That was solid. Well done, bud. Hogger Vala, so possibly a Hypercarry Vala. I like the Hogger pickup. Staggering Blow into the Chen is really strong. Mobility with Hog Wild is great as well. What are we going to get for these last two picks? As I said, I like the idea of a dive composition.
We will forge a great destiny.
Falstad and Varian is not bad, honestly. You do get that barrel roll in.
Here we go.
For those wondering, Valera is a bounty. Twin Blade Varian is a bounty. Hinterland's Blast, Falstad is a bounty. You can only do one bounty per game. So they could go Twin Blades Varian, so we won't see Hinterland's Falstad. I do feel like it will be Taunt Varian, Hinterland's Falstad. I actually do feel like it will be Hinterland's game. Valera is a bounty, and I need to screenshot and send a message to Zergi. Man. Diablo representation, Warcraft representation, Hearthstone representation on the left-hand side. Let's get into it. On the left, we do have Will Just Respawn, Bartender Hogger, Zap Valera, Sub 7 is your Johanna, Karnaf, Vala, and Lizzie Ryan Anduin. Excuse me, sorry. Warm Bodies on the right-hand side with the BRB Soaking Chen. Vetted Sun Li Ming, Cascon Falstad, Devs on the Lucio, and Elite Sparkle is your Varian. Crippling Poison for your Valera. There's the breakdown if you want to see it. It is going to be on the prowl for Hoggers, Zealous Glare, Power Word Shield, Overpower for Varian, Accelerando, Frequent Flyer, Aether Walker. It is going to be your Accumulating Flame for the Chen on this game, and then you do have your Puncturing Arrow on that Vala as an Arcane Orb Max Missile combo goes out from Vetted Sun. Zap trying to back away, flying kick from Chen back into Bartender, who's going to get the staggering blow stun up against the wall. BRB Soaking, Flame Breath goes out, and that is going to be Chen taken down first. I don't see a world where he lives, as First Blood goes over to the members of Will Just Respawn, and it looks like we've got odds on the gamble, but can we get those gamble numbers higher? Gamble numbers higher. Oh, good phrasing. Can we get those predictions higher? There we go. So Hogger sets up for this Bruiser Camp left side. Chen did have the wave grabbed by Falstad while he was respawning. And Hogger's actually going to bounce around here. Devs and Cascon maybe look to invade onto Bartender and Zap. Valera's going to vanish for a moment.
You think yourself
Dragonite phasing, one of the earlier or lower cooldowns in Heroes of Storm. This is going to be a 1 minute 30 for the contest, 1 minute for the announcement. Hogger spins in. He's going to get a decent bounce into the enemies. Condemned from Johanna, but that is going to be Li Ming getting Arcane Orb over the wall. The Magic Missile snipe onto Hogger. And I just want to see the overkill. The Arcane Orb is actually what did tickle the tail of the Knoll. And he'll be taken down 1-to-1 in kills. Valera clears out this top lane camp. Going to get some very small siege onto this fort. Maybe a little bit more than small. Maybe we'll call it a 1/32 of the health bar. Sure. Arcane Orbs from Li Ming go out. This is going to be Dragonite immediately grabbed by Warm Bodies. My god. That is a very quick Dragonite grab. It's not going to be super scaled here, but it still is going to be a Dragonite with siege value. 378 damage into structures. Nearly 9,000 damage, or 9,000 health. And you get a few Flame Breaths as well, which are Gonna have that 97 damage and additional 176 over 4 seconds. See Ryan. Li Ming gets the magic missile hit. Take down Anduin. Taunt Varian. It is Withering Flames for the Chen, by the way, which is spell power debuff, significant at 60%. I think it's one of the highest spell power debuffs in Heroes of the Storm. I believe Blaze Suppressive Fire is 20% per flame to a max of 40. But yeah, honestly, Withering Flame super duper strong in that. By the way, Chen is 11 stacks away from getting his range keg smash, as it was increased to 25 for that, and 80 for the minus armor. Have not seen a Chen get to 80. The highest I think I saw was around 50, nearing 60, I think. Iron Skin from Jahan activated after the taunt comes through from Varian. Lucio with the push off the sound wave as well. Sub 7 so very low. The magic missiles will find purchase. Valero does take down the Chen in top lane. They're unable to pivot our eyes and be able to see that one, but it's going to be a trade on those kills, but still 4-2 in kills. And the experience leads on the right-hand side with level 7 picked up faster by Warm Bodies, who have quite the gamble in their favor for this map number 2.
Hero slain.
Oh, I literally was grabbing my teacup and I missed the ball kill. So Hogger will have a staggering blow as Falstead rotates the top lane. A hammering goes out, the barrel roll forward. That is going to be secret weapon level 7. Fight in the mid lane, though, is continuing to break out. No level 7 on the left-hand side for will just respawn. And Zap may get taken down. Lucio Soundwave misses. Reverse Amp is active. And Lucio gets the kill. We do have a Lizzie Ryan pickoff as well. Lucio, the real range assassin, as Vetted Sun actually has the Arcane Orb. Oh my god, Vala vaulted into the Arcane Orb. Man, I know that pain all too well. I just need to see really quickly the overkill on this. 20 overkill. We do have your Anduin, 17 overkill. And Fish! Thank you for the Prime Gaming. Man, there are so many primers in chat today. Thank you so very much, Fish, for the 23 months, nearly 2 years. I hope you're doing well, bud, and thank you for the support. 2-9 in kills as we continue here on map number 2 of this Best of 5 series. And yes, this is the second Best of 5 of the day. BRB soaking with another channel on the Dragonite, and this is going to be maneuvered into mid lane while Falstad continues to siege into top. 77 stacks for the Bird Boy, as it's actually going to be Gus, so no bounty attempted by Warm Bodies. No Twin Blades, no Hinterland's Blast, just playing it straight and safe. They're not gonna go for any unique plays or any shenanigans, if you will. I apologize, as we don't get to see the Hogger kill in top lane. Kaskong was chunked by the Hogger, but is able to get the kill in the end. Gust was not used, as Anduin will be taken down by his father. Lucio gets the kill onto Johanna. A 12 kill over to the side of Warm Bodies, as they have a 3-level lead. 8-11, as this is a Hogger. Has respawned. No Finland in that moment. So we've been kind of close to some Finlands today, but none to be achieved. Flame Breath from Chen. 23 stacks, getting close to being able to have that range keg smash. Falstad continues to push and soak top lane, as bottom lane Fort might get taken down. Keg smash on the Fort. Flame Breath as well. Varian's going to step up and eat a few tower shots. Hogger in the top lane needs to play it safe against the Falstad. Clear in bottom. Lucio with the push-off onto the Anduin. The Wandering Keg is going to split. And that's actually Vala, the one split, taken down. Anduin still able to get some Divine Stars out to the allies around, as this is bottom lane Fort taken down. Dem from Johanna. Varian still stepping up. The Fort hasn't been picked off. We do have a Divine Star out from Anduin, as well as the Chastise onto Varian. Did utilize his taunt into Johanna. Still no 10 talent here for Will just respawn. A Condemn coming through. Lucio with the high 5, BRB soaking. A lot of stagger damage, but drinks some Bruton from Varian into the Johanna. Once again, the Wave of Force from Li Ming, creating a bit of chaos and displacement as the Arcane Orbs were flying in, using the Wave of Force to push enemies into the Arcane Orb to guarantee that Triumvirate value. Shield Glare for a reset, or a deny onto the Hearth. As Varian tries to step away so the Hungering Arrow doesn't bounce over to Li Ming. But Vetted Sun is actually not going to hearth back. They're going to go for this fight. Taunts available. Wave of Force up in 5. Li Ming blinks in for Calamity Value. Johanna's going to Steed Charge to back away. Rare level 7 as Falstad flies into top lane. Wandering Keg from Chen to back off. And there's the Dragonite available. Third Dragonite for contest. Now, 10 talents here on the left-hand side. Unfortunately, 13 talents here was picked up in his Shatter Throw for the Varian, which I think is a solid pickup here. Uh-oh, hammering onto Zap. Valier's going to drop that Smoke Bomb. Divine Star from Anduin thrown out as well. It is Ortopult, Light Bomb, Rain of Vengeance, and Blessed Shield as Cascon has the read on that Light Bomb. Gusts away the enemy. No stun to be achieved as Lucio and Varian may have found a Hogger with Vetted Sun, Li Ming in the rotation as well. And a flank on Davala as Vetted Sun is going to be able to get that kill with the help of Lucio. We do have a Bless Shield coming out from Johanna trying to create space. Zap, the Valier will fall. We do currently have Lizzie Ryan trying to hearth in the corner as Vetted Sun will discover the Anduin. Misses the combo. And Falstad stealing Siege Giants for bottom. Johanna soaking the wave. Anduin with a spray. Flash Shield. Lucio stops attacking for a moment to maybe respect the 1v1. LaFacia!
Yes!
185 watch streak. It is massive.
Fire comes for you.
Dragonite heading into bottom lane. This is going to be a smoke bomb down from Valera. She's going to try and put some pressure onto Cascon's health bar. Trying to dash to the side with that Sinister Strike. The Wave of Force pushes Zap into the Arcane Orb, and that'll be Li Ming taking credit for the kill. Falstad getting a little bit low. The Savage Charge did kick the Hogger off to the side. As Molten Flames fire out from this Dragonite. Rain of Vengeance comes down from the ball as well. The Arcane Orb's going out. That is going to be a Savage Charge to kick Anduin further away. Wave of Force pushing Johanna to the side. The Arcane Orb still connecting. The Triumvirate cooldown. Another Savage Charge kicks the Johanna further away. The Wandering Keg is going to displace Lizzie Ryan. Light Bomb is going to connect onto a couple enemies, but this is going to be an Anduin takedown. Dragonite starts advancing towards core. Another Savage Charge to kick the Johanna to the side. Cascon barrel rolls into Karnav, and the Vala taken out by Falstad hammering. Dragonite has expired. Johanna Iron Skin. There's the Shatter Throw animation. Bartender with a short distance Hortipult after the Hog Wild in. Core defenses do have that stun, or stasis if you will, as that's Hogger taking down Gus from Falstad. Core health is dropping, and Warm Bodies are looking to go up 2-0 in this best of 5 series. And if they can get another 3-0, they will be in a very good spot in this last chance qualifier. Anduin falls, Core at 15% health. Valera goes down. Li Ming trying to head to Reset City. Do we get to go to Northern Europe? It's a Finland! Right at the end. But once again, report Cascon for feeding, as Falstad is the only one dead at the end. Straight to jail, Cascon. Actually, it looks like BRB Soaking goes to jail as well. GG's. GG's. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and get some ads out of the way, get ready for map number 3 of this best of 5 series. And as I mentioned, don't forget to use your Prime if you have it available. Do check if you have it. If you'd like to start a Tier 1 reoccurring sub, it's always appreciated. And yeah, we got a little sub goal that we'd like to hit. If you'd like to help us hit that, it is super duper awesome. If you can't, I understand. But ads are coming your way. We'll pay out the gamble and get ready for map 3. Double life sentence. Dang. These feeders out here. Warm Bodies gets the payout. Score gets updated on the right side, and we will find out what our next map is going to be. Alright, so that's all good. There we go, we can run that. Last night in D&D, we had like a pretty chill, like planning, chatting session. And apparently I did a very good job with like inspiring speeches to like people in our group. I try that's kind of what I built my character around. I'm playing a bard, Valor of College, but I didn't want to play a bard that plays an instrument. I don't really care about that. So I was like, I really want to like be like someone that inspires my team. So I've been trying to do that effectively. And last night I gave like a couple like speeches to the players like in character and stuff. And Stark literally messaged me. He's like, "You did so good last night. I wanted to give you the leadership feat on the spot, but I'm giving it to you now either way." Like, it was so great. Being rewarded like that from the DM is so awesome. I absolutely like that. Waking up and seeing that this morning was such like a hell yeah moment for me. Got on that last boarding call for the Finland, yeah. Went to make an omelet and I saw I had nothing to put in it, so even the ham I was thinking was apparently a month past expiration. So now you have a very, very cheesy scramble. Nothing wrong with a cheesy scramble, honestly. Nothing wrong with it. It's tasty. Definitely, it's nice to have more in it. Some fresh peppers, not too bad. You know, give you a little extra flavor. A bard that plays harmonica and makes everyone sad with the blues. There you go. You could do that. I'm a big breakfast guy, so I always have breakfast like stuff stocked in the house. There's always breakfast stuff in this house. Lunch is like the one thing I like rarely have in this house because I typically skip lunch because I typically eat breakfast, stream, and then I'm done streaming at like 3, 4, maybe 5 o'clock. And then I usually just chill out and then just eat dinner. So I just eat 2 meals a day. Today I'll eat 3 meals, but that's because, like, you know, I ate breakfast before we started stream. We'll be done with this probably around noon at the latest, with the current trajectory of things. Maybe like 1 o'clock at the latest. Like if we go max games in the next, like if this is a 3-0 and we go max games in the next series, in theory it's gonna be about 1 o'clock my time. So I'll probably eat some lunch and then I'll have like a late dinner. But we've got Braxis, so let's go ahead and get the Braxis going. Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. As we get into it, this is going to be map number 3 of our second of 3 best of 5s. Left-hand side will be We'll Just Respawn. They're opting in for first pick priority as the losing side. And this will be map choice coming out from Warm Bodies, taking us to Braxis Holdout. I'm a fan of Braxis Holdout. We don't get to see this map very often. That's really the main reason. Also, StarCraft maps are interesting and unique. They don't get prioritized much, but it's fun to go back to them and see them. Garrosh will be banned away. His point control is really strong, as we had talked about in the previous series when we did have Braxis again. What is lunch today for me? I have leftover fajitas or leftover taco stuff, so it's either fajitas for lunch and tacos for dinner, or tacos for lunch and fajitas for dinner. I'm working through all that that leftover meat from this week. Probably gonna be tacos for lunch and then fajitas for dinner. That's probably gonna be it because I don't think I have a lot of taco meat left. I think I have enough for like a taco, which is like perfect because I don't need a big meal. Alrighty, so let's focus on in as we do get Braxis Holdout. Gamble is going, all that good stuff. Scores are correct. And this is your first pick on the side of We'll Just Respawn. What are they going to go for early on? Is it like an early Ghoul Dan or something? So they're going to grab Stitches. Stitches plus Alex Draza with the Regeneration Globe talents at level 1 is a bounty. Specific on that Regeneration Globe talent level 1. Genji's going to be grabbed. We talked about this in the last time we were on Braxis, or we were in the Braxis draft. As Genji was banned. Genji has really good mobility from top to bottom, being able to use the Cyber Agility, and then being able to use the Swift Strike. It looks like Anduin was previously played, so they're gonna DC, and they're gonna drop out, and apparently it's gonna be Dahaka. We'll get the player back into the lobby, and then we'll go ahead and get this draft reset and going once again. But just talking about Genji really quickly, he's got that deflect activatable, so deflect against the boss. The Archangel is really strong, being able to have a sort of insta-clear on, not insta-clear, but a rapid amount of damage onto the boss. Genji, in theory, can solo the boss. I'm actually not 100% sure on that one. I don't know if there's any Genji aficionados in chat that would actually know properly, but we'll get our player back into lobby, and we'll see what we end up getting for this pick with the Genji. I'm trying to think, like, if you wanted to buff up Genji, how else could you do it outside of, like, a Light Bomb? Nano boosted Dragon Blade could be an option. I don't think Ana's too bad for this map. Sleep Dart setup, Biotic Grenade on the point, all of those are really, really strong. All right, we got Cascon loaded back into the game. There's the gong, as we are going to get into our draft once again. Thank you for your patience in the slight little delay we just had, but it's all good, as we'll get right back into draft right about now. Oh, no.
Praxis holdout.
It was lag. It was that NA to EU lag. That was what it is. Your Bard is the favorite character you've played. He basically is Chris Pine's character. You could play a Bard in every campaign. Each Bard would be... Yes! Oh, absolutely, yeah. As I started researching Bards more and more for this campaign, I started learning that there's so much more variety than I initially thought. Alright. 2 in a row? Like they're icing the other team? No, I don't think so. I don't think it was intended. Also, it was We'll Just Respawn who had the DC last map, and this one was they misdrafted here, so. But I see your angle.
Grant us strength.
Oh, we're not gonna go for Alexstrasza. It's Malfurion Gul'dan. Okay, interesting. I was not expecting that, honestly. I was like wholeheartedly believing it was gonna be the Alexstrasza bounty. But Gul'dan and Malfurion Stitches. I will say this, Phoenix with Planet Cracker is a bounty, and that is one of the reasons I did talk about it earlier on Brax's Hold Up, but Phoenix can utilize his 100-second cooldown to get about 50% of the Zerg wave cleared out, maybe a little bit more, 50 to 60-ish%. Diva will be banned away for the solo lane. I do think Mei could be a pretty solid pickup for this map. Her point control is good. But even then, you still have a Nubrak is up and available. A Nubrak into Stitches is a really good counter. Stitches, if he goes Gorge, you basically cocoon the Stitches. It spits out the target immediately. So we could see that, a Nubrak. We could also see Maiev. Maiev, Umbral Bind, and Control is pretty good. Decker Kane has slow values with Herodric Cube. Avalanche is another way that you can spit out the target. Gazlo's a bounty. And Azul Jin. But yes, much like a Nubrak Cocoon, the Avalanche from Mei does the exact same thing if you consume the Stitches with that Avalanche. But it will be a Junkrat last pick. I gotta say, Warm Bodies is a great draft, but you do have the Clamps. We got Azul Jin as well. This will be interesting. Can the members of Will Just Respawn take a map off of Warm Bodies, or will this be a 3-0? Let's get in. Let's find out. Yeah, Ninja, like, I have zero desire to multi-class this entire campaign, because I feel like everything that I want, I'm getting out of this Bard. Also, Stark, you know, we bend some of the rules, we change things to fit flavor and stuff like that. So Stark also does an amazing job as a DM to really give us the opportunities to let our characters shine the way we want them to. We're about to begin, chat, as we get into Will Just Respawn's draft with Bartender Gazlo, Lizzie Ryan Malfurion, Sub-7 Stitches, Karnaf Zul'jin, and Zap Gul'dan. Right side is Warm Bodies. We're going to be seeing the BRB soaking Dahaka, Vetted Sun, Junkrat, Cascon Genji, Elite Sparkle Mei, and Devs Deckard. Big Game Hunter for your Gazlo level 1. Increase the maximum scrap by 2 base attacks against enemy heroes, mercenaries, or monsters. Accelerate, reduce, reuse, recycle, scrap regeneration by 1.5 seconds. Emerald Dreams. It is going to be a patchwork creation for Stitches. Pursuit of Flame Gul'dan. Zul'jin holding level 1 for now. Extra Wound timers for the Junkrat. Tissue Regeneration Dahaka. It is going to be a Bone Slicer Grievous Throw build for your Zul'jin. Sapphire Deckard. You do have the Ice Storm for the Mei. Every third hit of a Blizzard against enemy heroes deals an additional 44 damage. Blizzard's final stun damage increased by 150% against all enemies. And Cyber Agility for the Genji. Sorry, Agile Dismount. Uh-oh. That is going to be a hook root, but no takedown into Elite Sparkle. The scroll ceiling from Deckard on point. And that'll be no takedown early. Hey, Stark. We were literally just talking about the campaign moments ago. I was literally just complimenting you. Literally right when we got into this draft, or this map, before the player announcements or breakdowns. Alright, but Dahaka Dark Swarm into the wave, as we do have Genji and Dahaka in top lane. Bartender wise to that Genji, and is going to try and play it safe. Does tap well in top lane. Drag from Dahaka lands. Bartender trying to back away. There won't be enough damage for the takedown in bottom lane, though. Lot of health bars on the right side, a bit low. Some well taps to be had from both teams. Do want to point out Zul'jin at 4 stacks. Zul'jin does lose 3 or 15 stacks upon death. So currently he's looking at 20. So if he were to die, he would drop down to 6 or 7 right now. Do what you will with that, chat. I take a sip of tea and we have such a fight to break out. This is Elite Sparkle getting so low. Karnaf is trying to heal up with some regeneration. Swift strike through the enemies from Genji. Deflect is active. Slam down from Stitches. Corruption out from Gul'dan. Sub 7 a little bit low. No kills have been picked up yet, but it might be Stitches, the first one to be taken down. Zergwave in the top lane in favor of Warm Bodies. Bottom lane will just respawn, and we do have 40 to 0% as that percent continues to go up for Warm Bodies. Gaslow taken down by Genji top lane. As the Zerg channel continues to build up, Dahaka just clearing out this minion really quickly. Eruption from Gul'dan. Pursuit of Flame on 12 of the 30 stacks. If Zap is taken down before those stacks are completed, that is reset to 0. Zergwave in bottom is always going to be guaranteed something. Or sorry, is a 0 Zergwave is still going to be guaranteed something. You get at least an Ultra. Oh no! No, no, no! That is going to be the stacks reset. And Gul'dan, who's probably one of the best clear heroes against the Zergwave, will be taken down, out for the next 9 seconds. Zul'jin does have good auto attack, but most of that focus is going to be on the Dahaka, whose Lurker String will be active. Lands the Dragon to Zul'jin, and there's not going to be any allies to rotate up. And this actually, Siege is not going to be as strong as I was anticipating. The Guardians are going to be cleared out. The cleave from Zul'jin, really on point. Gaslow bottom lane, though, is going to be taken down. Scroll ceiling lands. Mei with the body block. Dahaka, Claw will take them down. And the next Zerg wave, about 5 minutes in game time. Oh no, BRB soaking. Eats up a little bit of essence. Has the Lurker Strain bonk. No, the hook from Stitches is so good. Lands the drag. Genji Swift Strike. There's going to be a takedown onto Zul'jin. Down to 11 stacks. He was so close to the 15 mark for his 1.1 range increase, and to not be able to be dropped below that. Unfortunate. Junkrat, by the way, with the blow him up level 4, as well as your bog down level 7. And Deckard will also pick up that healing debuff with the Emerald, a 75% healing debuff for 4 seconds when applied. That, though, is a Sapphire application, as you saw the sort of the blue flash on that. Also the significant amount of slow. Because baseline Haraja Cube is a 35% slow, and when applied, Sapphire adds 30, so it's a 65% slow. That'll be Gaslow taken down by Maid, Genji, Dahaka top lane. As Junkrat has thrown some grenades into the incoming wave, trying to avoid any stray hooks out from sub 7. Karnaf is going to use that Voodoo Shuffle, but just above, there's a scroll of ceiling onto Lizzie Ryan, who has to use the Nature's Cure on themselves. Karnaf does get the kill into Junkrat, but Mei is right here with the autos, and that is going to be Zul'jin reset down to 11 stacks again. Well, let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers and see what we got going on for beacon activation. 30 stacks for Genji on the Shuriken Mastery as Cascon is waiting for Beacon to be online. Dahaka's already on the north side, and this is going to be Zerg Wave building up in bottom lane. We do have your Hellbats pushing onto the fort gate of bottom. Couple potions set up by Debs around this, as we do have a contest over the top section. Dahaka getting some assistance from Genji. The drag lands onto Stitches. Malfurion Root goes down. BRB soaking low. That's a great Swift Strike from Cascon, taking out Malfurion. Zap will drain a bit of health from BRB soaking as Voodoo Shuffle activated once again, but that is a beautiful negative 75 healing. It's a ride! It's a rocket ride! As Rocket Ride Junkrat is a bounty, chat. There's that deflect shenanigans as I was talking about in draft with Cascon Genji. And we'll have Isolation, Rocket Ride, X-Strike, Ice Wall, and Stay a While and Listen as Junkrat on his extremely fast mount is going to be able to get down to bottom, regain control. Dahaka zones back Gazlo. Archangel heads to bottom lane, the more well-defended lane, and guess where the Zerg Wave is, remember? Zul'jin currently 8 stacks. As Gazlo Death Laser fires out, Explodium charge down the ground as well. No level 10 for the members of Will Just Respawn. That's a nice slow from Deckard. The drag from Dahaka into Gazlo is good. Concussion Mind Blast Gazlo into the Zerg Wave. May icing. Genji damage is good. Dahaka did go Feeding Frenzy level 7. BRB Soaking is going to get a potion of healing. Minus 40 armor. Archangel plus a very beefy Zerg Wave. No defense in top lane. That's an icing in from May to create space for Genji to be able to back away. And Zul'jin lowered to 6 stacks. Lizzie Ryan Malfurion is the next to go down. Dahaka Tissue Regeneration has been completed as well. Concussion Mine is going to push Gul'dan to the side, but no displacement into the loving arms of Warm Bodies. Concussion Mine again, and that'll be Stitches. Maybe taken down on the right side of this siege, and absolutely 15-3 in kills as the keep falls. The Guardians are still available, 49% on the Zerg Wave. Archangel super healthy, and Zul'jin, I believe, there's dead. And then, oh wait, Tostitos. Yeah, he's dead. Gazlo's gonna throw down the Gravel Bomb. Genji's able to jump onto a potion. Archangel is on core. Lizzie Ryan looking to back away and won't be able to get away from, oh no, the Snowblind comes out. Archangel's on core, BRB Soaking is as well. Sub 7 is dragged. Is there gonna be a takedown? Actually, Gul'dan is here, so there will not be a Finland. And GG, well played. Warm Bodies take both of their series in a 3-0, and they dominate their 2 series today. But we still have one more best of 5 coming up for all of you. We're going to go ahead and get some ads out of the way. We have got a little sponsor segment we have to trigger as well, and all that good stuff. So let's get into it, and let's take a look and see what's happening for our final series of the day. Righty. There's Ninja. I wholeheartedly believe the new D&D system, the 5.5 or whatever, is really good. A lot of like, especially on the healing side, a lot of things are like bonus actions for heals. So it's great because you're not basically just spending your turn like, okay, I heal. That's me. I think there's so much you can do. So I really do like that. All right, we're gonna kill